clearly can't do this. There we go.
We're live. Woo!
Yeah!
Oh, motherfucker, I'm legendary. I don't want to stay sedentary. Oh, motherfucker, I'm legendary. I don't want to stay. I don't want to stay.
I can't hit the pause button.
Oh, God. I listened to the whole song. Jesus Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, one and all, listen now, for it is time for another episode of Nobody Asked. Woo! Oh my God!
It's so good.
Oh, with Maria.
Hello.
She's on the porch of a home. No
I
longer
am.
homeless. Although with the beanie, you could have fooled me. And
I crocheted this myself.
that's what homeless people say. And Colin. Oh, he forgot to put the light where he wanted it to be.
Hey, Barbie wants to know if you moved out of the tent and into the shed. He wasn't really in a tent. It just looked like he was in a tent that one day.
When was I in a tent?
You were when you were building the loft, you had like thrown everything onto one side of the room and thrown a sheet over it. You look like you were in a tent.
That was so long ago. My God.
Not in the grand scheme of things.
We've developed a lore. There's a whole
lore. We have lore. Okay.
We have lore, the nobody asked lore. That was actually another dimension.
Okay.
Killing.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Yes, your name's Killing now.
I like it. It always is when people text me.
I know, it's because that's what autocorrect does to you.
Hey, what are you gonna do? It does it to me too, and you think it would know my name. Today we're discussing our lives. First and foremost, we know why you're here, and it's to listen to us talk about ourselves. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. Little spoiler: Colin received a death threat in person. Oh, all these other streamers getting death threats over the internet. Not me, baby. I do it the old-fashioned way. Face to face, somebody straight up saying they're going to kill me. And
that's the way to do it.
Also, what's going on in my mother's life. I'm sure she's told me, but I don't listen.
I mean, that kind of hits on the topic of today, which is, of course, mindfulness, and the fact that sometimes we aren't doing a good job of paying attention to what's going on around us because we're consumed in our own caca.
We're so, coming from our own perspective, doing our own thing. Who knows? All right. Let's do it. Let's do the farce, Mom. What is our first topic?
Okay, so I think we should start with talking about.
I'm only having a bit of a laugh because we've got to give a shout out to our sponsor. It's really a miracle with our viewership. We've had a sponsor and a new sponsor every single episode. This episode is no different. This episode is sponsored by the Cadillac Escalade in Pearl White. Pearl White. All right, first of all, Cadillac Escalades. What are they for? Well, they're super useful because in a city like New York City, where parking is at a premium, they're great because they take up as much parking as physically possible without purchasing a tractor trailer. So that, first of all, is obviously a huge upside. They are very energy efficient. They get up to 12 miles per gallon. So, in these Joe Biden times where gas is incredibly expensive, the Cadillac Escalade is great for getting you where you need to go as expensively as possible. And then why Pearl White? Because as we know, it's the color preferred by douchebags. The Pearl
100%.
White Escalade, it's great all around. Just really project out there that you don't care about anything that's important. You definitely don't care about other people. And your sex is bad.
Your sex is bad?
Your sex
You
is
don't-
bad.
You don't care if you get her warmed up or if she enjoys herself at all. It's about you.
No, it's about you. Just like your car. It's only about you. Fuck the Pro White Escalade. That's our sponsor today. Thank you to Cadillac for reaching out to me and giving me all of that copy. It's great, and I'd love to meet your.
It's definitely selling the car in that color.
Look, man, if you look out there, people are buying them, and they've always said the same thing. So it's just like, no, Hummer is the bad sex car. How could it be the bad sex car when it's named after a sex act? All right.
But only one person's enjoying themselves there too.
And also, let's just go real quick. Thank you to Pineapple Yates, John Yates, Patricia with a C. Are they related? Who knows? Patricia with a C, Susie B, Simply Sophie, Barbie, Addie, Susie. Did I say Susie B already?
You did.
I did, but we thank her twice. You know what
we
it's
do.
about.
It was her birthday yesterday, so why not?
Ruth Ann C. I feel like I don't know if I've ever seen Ruth Ann C before. So welcome to the show. I'm sure there are other people that I don't know. And thank you all for visiting. Let's get down to the show, Mom.
Look, Colin's favorites here. See?
Yes, Pineapple
Why
Yates.
can't I can't seem to click on anything today. It's a fail. Let's keep doing it together.
We're doing it at the same time. Pineapple Yates, my favorite. I'm sure that she's ecstatic about how those midterms went, and you know, all is well. Soaking play to desk. Were you talking about soak? I've seen multiple comments about this. Were you talking about soaking in a recent episode?
I mean, yes.
Okay, that seems.
I also talked about bagpiping, just to be clear.
All right. Well, I don't know what bagpiping is, but soaking.
It's the armpit. Apparently.
That's pretty funny. That is pretty
I
funny.
like the realization on your face when it happened too. The same thing with John when the realization was on his face. He was like, "What's bagpiping?"
Is it the testicles there, and then you kind of blow into the old shaft, and then it makes a noise?
I don't think so.
Oh well,
but that's funny too. That's funny too.
You have to blow up the balls, and then when you squeeze them, it makes the whistling noise.
Ouch.
I know how bagpipes work. Okay, that's why you bring me on the show. I know how bagpipes work.
But so apparently there was a bunch of cases on the BYU campus of people getting armpit crabs, and it was from bagpiping.
I mean, does it sound like that is made up? Yes, but
it's probably not though.
Look, here's something I can say absolutely and for sure. As an alumni of a Utah high school, soaking, that's real. That's the whole thing. I guarantee it. Now, people that partake in it very quickly are like, you know what? This whole celibacy thing is fucking bullshit. Okay? All these Mormons that are soaking, they're about 2 weeks away from losing their virginity. I guarantee it. But also, have you told them about the old poop hole loophole? I feel like most people know about that.
I didn't use that language. But yes, I think I said that it doesn't count when it's in the back door. But the poop hole loophole does have a better, what's the word? It comes off the tongue nicer.
Poop hole loophole. Yeah. It's also somewhat more grotesque and scatological, but
yeah,
we love
it.
All right.
I swear my whole life is not just about this stuff. Just this week, though.
you know, it is. I mean, it's good for my material. I've done so little Utah material in my stand-up, and I feel like I should do more of it, but alas, I've been working on Mississippi material, and it's liable to confuse the audience when I claim to be from 2 different states. So I've
3, 4,
1. Oh yeah, all of it, and then I have to kind of explain the whole background. It'd be a nightmare. So right now I'm focused on the Mississippi thing because I'm calling it the Congo of America.
It's beautiful. Look, it's beautiful.
Yes.
I'm in a forest.
What beautiful pylons and thin trees, because the
They are thin.
big ones were knocked down by a hurricane because the weather is trying to tell you guys to leave.
These ones weren't knocked down by a hurricane. That's not what happened.
Those are the ones where when the hurricane happens, they grow up, right? When they grow up small.
What they do is they'll grow small, and then you'll have a forest fire, and they are somewhat immune to the fire. And once you have a fire, they'll shoot up into the air. It's pretty cool.
Or a hurricane, right?
No,
the hurricane will knock down the bigger ones, and then they'll shoot up the smaller ones.
I mean, trees in general will do that, but that's not the case. There's certain trees that fire is what triggers their growth, and some of the ones around here, that's the case.
All right.
I'm saying.
All right. What's the deal with these trees? Okay, let's get into it. Colin received the old death threat. So,
yes.
So I live in New York City. I mention it quite often. And I also own a motorcycle. Motorcycle's great in New York City because you're allowed to park it against the curb and in between vehicles. And so you can find parking on any street in New York because inevitably not all vehicles are able to park, bumper to bumper with each other. So you can squeeze in there. It's a great New York solve for the parking dilemma. Downside, of course, is that something like 25% of motorcycles in New York are stolen each year. So you have to take a lot of precautions. Hello, Vulture Lady. You're late. So this is a concern. And so the thing that they tell you to do, try to double like your bike. And if you can, lock through something that is not your tire. Because your tires can get removed or your rims can get removed. But if you lock through the frame of your motorcycle, I keep calling it a bike and it's confusing people. If you lock through the frame of your motorcycle, then it is much less likely to get stolen. So what I do is I park at the bottom of my street or at the end of my street. I say the bottom because I live on a hill. And at that end, there is a storm drain, which I'm able to lock my chain through into the frame of my bike. Is everyone following so far and enraptured with my bike locking logistics talk? Great.
You have chained your bike through the storm drain.
And it hasn't been stolen. It has not been stolen. And multiple motorcycles on the street have been stolen. Not your boy. Okay. So it's working. I'm parked on the storm drain. Here's the deal. Storm drain is in front of a hardware store, which I live above, okay? So we're in New York. We're working with three-dimensional space, so this is a lot of details. But this hardware store is in my building. Good detail. So I park at the end. I park at the end of the street. And about a month ago, the owner of the there's a siren. The owner of the hardware store came out and said that he was going to need to ask me to stop parking there. This is free street parking. Gonna have to ask me to stop parking there. I tell him, look, I got to park here so I can lock my bike through the thing. He's like, you can park anywhere because it's a motorcycle. And it turns out that this hardware store owner, his business is, oh my gosh, hello to Girls 18 Online, new dating for all tastes and ages.
Oh, they know. We've been waiting for them.
Oh my God. Thank you, Girls 18 Online. I'll be talking to you later. So he tells me I got to move. I tell him, this is where I have to park to lock my bike up, but he's free to park there if I'm not there, et cetera, et cetera. What are you gonna do? The conversation ends with essentially do what you got to do, but he was annoyed with the fact that I said I was going to keep parking there if it was open because he has these 4 SUVs that his business is dependent upon. And
your dad was he was communicating the sign language to me. So.
He has these 4 SUVs, one of them a pearl white Escalade. What a coincidence.
Of course.
And that his business is dependent upon, that he has to park in the 3.
Let me hit the mute button. This is going great.
See, this never happens during my stand-up, okay? There's drunks There's drunks in the audience, but no one ever turns on a truck. So that's what I have to look forward to in my stand-up. So these four SUVs, he has to park them in free resident street parking. And the reason that he's having difficulty is my itty bitty motorcycle at the end of the street. This is causing him great headache. So I tell him, look, man, if it's open, I'm going to park there. Well, just before I came to Mississippi recently, I was unlocking my bike, and the guy came out again. This is about a month after that first interaction. And he says, look, man, I'm going to have to stop letting you park there. Like he owns the parking spot. Now,
And the
here's
street.
what's important. He does not own the parking spot. So I say, and I'll say exactly what I said so as to not seem biased. I said, look, man, you don't own the fucking street. I said it with those words. I said it with that intonation. And here's what happened. It was amazing. He started coming towards me and then saying, hey, man, don't come towards me. I'll fuck you up, okay? I'll fucking kill you. And he's shaking his head around. And this dude is like 6'4", 280. He's a whole lot of dude. And he's coming towards me. And he's saying not to come towards him. I'm standing in the same place, man, next to my motorcycle, which I'm unchaining to go to the airport. And don't come towards me. I'll fucking kill you, okay? I'll do what I have to do. And I was like, whoa, I'm fucking 6 feet away from you, man, okay? I don't got the reach. You don't have to worry. But he's coming towards me. It was all very strange. I told him I was going to call the cops. That kind of paused the whole thing. That paused because I think that he thought I would never do that. I don't know why. Maybe he listens to the podcast and he's heard how anti-cop I am. But
that could be it.
Look, man, I'll do it if you're going to threaten to kill me. So he was going to kill me because of where I was parking my motorcycle. This ends up going into a back and forth where he's saying, look, I'm not going to let you park there anymore. Like that's something he can do, but you have a large head that can be intimidating. Thank you, Barbie. Always keeping me in my place. And
it won't go off the screen. It keeps coming back.
Oh God. At least it gets replaced by the text nobody asked.
Yes.
Yes. So he ends up that we go back and forth, but he just keeps telling me, look, man, I'm not going to let you park there. You can park your bike wherever. He's not listening to reason. And he's saying he is such a headache parking his 4 SUVs, and my motorcycle is the reason he has a problem. This is a street full of vehicles, and it's the motorcycle, the thinnest thing on the street. That is why he can't park his 4 SUVs. Not the SUVs, mind you, not his business plan of depending upon street parking for his 4 SUVs. Not that, it's the motorcycle. Here's why, is because he's had a system for a long time of parking his SUV in such a way where cars are not able to park at the end of the street. He saves some space so that he can move his vehicles around, and he can take up 2 cars worth of space with 1 vehicle. So he's blocking off parking. And I came in here with the perfect, square hole, square peg situation where I'm like, oh, look at that thin little spot. That's where a bike goes, baby. This is the value proposition of motorcycles in the city. And it pisses him off because he cannot steal parking from residents. Dickhead. And
I have a thought.
Well, he hold on to it.
Okay.
Pin in it.
Put it down.
He goes, we go back and forth. It's a little, that's a funny name. Oh my God. All right. So anyway, he goes at, we go back and forth, but when I threatened the police, the physical intimidation ended. And he said to me some real fucking New York mafioso bullshit. Okay. Some real that stuff. He goes, look, man, it really pays to have neighbors on the street that are looking out for you. You don't know how many times I'm out here at night and I see your bike and someone could do something to it. So he's threatening to vandalize my bike with very clever language that would not hold up in a court. So,
well, I think I'm going to kill you would hold up in a court.
Yes. And so I did end up going to, I live on a college campus. I went to the campus police, and they own cameras that are all around my block. So they have a full video of the interaction. They don't have audio, which would have been very helpful. Is if we had that old audio. But they have the video. They also have a video of 10 minutes before him trying to park his pearl white Escalade next to my bike, which is chained to the street, and hitting my bike with his Escalade, which may have caused his frustration because my stagnant vehicle that didn't move violently hit his Escalade when he was parking like a fucking moron. So this is what's happened to me. Now, here's a little bit of fun reality is that I don't seem to be able to do shit. I've got a police report. I could potentially go through the process to get a restraining order against him. Who knows how that would work with the whole him having a business in my building. But probably not going to do that. I'm selling my motorcycle anyway. So it's currently parked a block up. So, the moral of the story is that the bad guys win and they get their fucking parking space. But I will live here for more years. And I will just wait. I will wait, And who knows, man? What's crazy is that my fire escape is right above these vehicles. So I don't know. That's funny. This dude's a dickhead.
So I have a possible thought and a fun way to annoy him.
I love it.
If you could contact, a local motorcycle club and get them to just surround all of his vehicles, just park all of their stuff all around him.
Yep.
See how he would like that.
I mean, the reality is here that I feel like he wouldn't like it. And then he might try and kill me. So I'm like, I don't know. What do I want to do here?
Would he go after you, or would he go after one of these snarky motorcycle gang people? I don't know.
Well, he would probably go at the person that he blames for instigating the whole thing. And
if he could put that together, absolutely. Vulture Lady has something she'd like you to know.
Says, Colin's not all bad. Trump announced he's running again. Dude, what a friggin' W, baby. What a friggin' dub, dude. And, dude, he's trashing DeSantis. Here's what we all got to do, okay? Let's all register as Republicans. Let's all vote for DeSantis in our primaries. And then let's also pretend to be Trump voters and tell Trump that he would just win if he ran as a third party. That's all we need, baby, okay? 25% Trump, 25% DeSantis, 50% whatever terrible fucking candidate the Democrats put up. Let's go! It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great.
You think I need a mod? See, they're not talking about my dusty badge, so I wasn't that concerned about it.
Are you sure?
I'm not that Maria. So.
Oh. Wow, they're
saying I need a moderator.
My mother's dusty vagina is commenting. What a nightmare.
I'm talking about somebody else's dusty vagina.
This is certainly something I've never discussed. I haven't seen it in 25 years. So
no, not since you just came. Well, you didn't really come shooting out. But anyway.
Barreling out of it. Like, let me into life. I'm sure I'll love it. Oh, God, let me back in,
No.
So
that was your story.
That was my story. I don't have I'm completely open to suggestions on what to do here. I did have an idea, and this is, my mother will tell you, this is basically how I've dealt with all injustice in my whole life, is with passive-aggressive posters. It's what I've always done. It's what I did during my fucked up run for class president. It's what I did when MIT let a rapist back into MIT. And it's what I'm going to do about this parking situation. Exactly the same level of bad. I want to make these posters, and I want to put them up on the street. First poster, we already have the copy text. It says, attention residents, 122nd Street is a SUV only parking street. Small vehicles and motorcycles are making it too hard to park on public free parking. Join us as residents and say no to economical, space-saving cars, and make sure 122nd Street is only for people who own 4 SUVs for their business and are really pissed off about these small vehicles, right? That's the first one. Maybe a little wordy.
That's a lot.
But maybe a little wordy, but I post it right outside the hardware store. Colin, are you under a bunk bed? Yes. Yes, I am. I live in a studio apartment. You've got to make rooms, okay? When you live in one room, you got to start making rooms. Divide shit up, you know? This is a 2-bed, 2-bath right now, right? There's the actual bathroom, and then there's the cup I pee in. So it's really good. So that's the first poster, and I put it outside there. Now here's the deal.
It did. It was a really big
Culture
head.
lady says the large.
I didn't touch it, did I?
Yeah, you did. Vulture lady says ha 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 ha. Great. Thank you, Mom. Okay. Vulture lady says the large head impeded the shooting out process. You've told us. What? Okay. Don't know what it means.
That you had a big head and it was really hard to squeeze you out. It was like 3 heads worth of head. It was huge. It got real pointy there.
Can we block Maria's dusty vag for the love of God? I know it's not your vag, okay? But every time I'm like, God, please. I wish whoever this person was mad at was named not my mother's name, okay? That's the deal.
We all wish that. We all wish that.
I know.
But I'm not giving her the name. I'm keeping my name. So.
No, of course not. Okay. I tapped it a while ago. All right. I am not a streamer, man. I don't know how to interact with all these comments. So that's the first poster. You're ruining my punchline, everyone.
This is what they like to do to you, and I think they're here for it.
That's the first poster. I put it up. It makes this guy mad because, as we know from my story, he is prone to bouts of anger. So he's going to tear down the posters. We know what he's going to do, okay? He's a freaking bishop on a chessboard. He's only going to zig or zag. He's going to fucking tear off this poster. So, tears down the poster. Then I put up a new poster. This is the game we're playing, okay? I'm always 3 steps ahead. So I put up a new poster. Next poster says, attention, residents of 122nd Street. If you're mad about parking, do not put up posters. Just make death threats like a good neighbor. Okay, that's the second poster. Boom, tongue in cheek. It's hilarious. I'm hilarious. Bada bing. So that one's up. Then they're like, oh my God, I'm so mad at the second poster. They tear down that poster. And then I hit them. Okay, they say 1-2 punch. I'm going 1-2-3 punch. Okay, I put up a third poster and it says, I own infinite copy paper. And then I just keep replacing that poster. Everyone else on the street has not been following this, right? They're not insane like me and this guy. So everyone else on the street is like, somebody's informing us he has infinite copy paper. He's tearing down the poster. What do? Replace it with more infinite copy paper posters. He will never, it won't keep saying stuff about parking. It will forever say, I own infinite copy paper, and it'll mean something to him, okay? That's my plan. It's just as bad as a death threat. It occupies just as much space in his head. And then I'll leave a bad Yelp review. Bang.
Okay. I like it. Infinite copy paper.
Of revenge. Okay?
We got there.
People ask me, Colin, what were you meant to do when you were put on this earth? Was it comedy? Was it writing? Was it a podcast with your mom? Fuck no. It was revenge via poster.
Yes. I mean, really all forms of revenge. You're pretty good at, plotting.
Evil. But for good.
What is that called? Chaotic good? I don't know what it is.
I'm like evil good. I destroyed the alignment chart. I took the 2D alignment chart and I folded it around, and that's my little space. It's like a wormhole between
Evil goods simultaneously. Boink.
Yes. Just wait until you guys hear my pitch for the domestic terrorism startup.
Listen, that feels like really useful. Okay, that is actually a perfect segue into my week.
Bang. Let's go.
Just weirdly, domestic, yes. So I think we've briefly talked about this before, the idea that there are some people on the internet who are just so terrible that we should really weaponize them and use them for good. Like I'm dealing with a person who has the same name as me, who is completely terrible, and she directs most of her stuff towards John, but occasionally some of us get, we get hit a little bit on the side, boom, boom, boom. And normally I can ignore her because what she says is so stupid that it's sort of hilarious. But this particular, yesterday she said something about my parents that I did not appreciate. And I took the bait. I'm usually good at not taking the bait. I took the bait. That's the only thing I'm mad about, is that I took the bait. But and I ended up getting on her panel and kind of, I said some stuff. I'm not mad about what I said. I'm just mad that I got mad, and the fact that there are people out there that know how to push your buttons and know how to just get you that mad, no matter how much you're trying not to engage with them. How do we weaponize these people? How can I point to this person at like Putin, somebody important and useful? You're fighting random people on the internet who talk about TV shows. This feels like an incredibly unimportant waste of your time. Oh, what's happening? Yes, maximum bait. Yes, I was maximum baited.
Sorry.
Can we just point her at Putin? How do we get them obsessed with the right people where they can actually do good instead of just fixating on just nonsense that is just wrecking people's lives for nothing?
Yep. I have great questions, but that's such a good idea. The problem here is because we know that both Putin and Trump have incredibly fragile egos. The main thing is that they'll only accept attacks from certain places, right? So Trump gets really pissed off when Fox News doesn't coddle his balls, right? And Putin, gets mad at dissidents or whatever. So we also need people that are able to get this material in front of them, because surely these trolls, if we can get them in front of people, they just know how to push buttons. It's really, it's pretty magnificent. So
yeah, you could watch them just testing the waters. Boop. Nope, that one didn't work. Let's try this one. Boop. Nope. Boop. Oh, look at that one. I got the reaction I was hoping for. They'll find all the keywords and magic phrases that'll hit you.
Well, and admittedly, they found that, the people's parents is a freaking treasure trove of like fuck with people. Of course. That's that's always what it is, which is why I have a podcast with my mommy. So
I love you.
yeah. And then this is, I don't have any buttons, by the way, people. I'm very calm.
Nobody in the chat thinks you do either.
And I don't, nothing bugs me. I've always been even keeled and never really prone to irritability. So I wouldn't look for them. It's a waste of time.
Yes.
Unless you say you're from Harvard, and then I'm like, fuck. I hate that place. They're clowns.
Yeah. How do we get somebody obsessed with the right people?
I don't know.
That's the thinker. Because sometimes I think some of these people on the internet are like weapons of mass destruction, but they are destroying the dumbest stuff.
That really is the problem. And it actually seems a little bit like what the system is meant to do is like individual people and groups of people are seismically powerful, right? And small, a group of 10 people that really want to accomplish something can fuck up the country. And so it does seem like the mechanism of action, of stability in society overall, is just making sure that people direct their energy laterally. They're like, don't kill the CEO of ExxonMobil, right? Kill your wife. Come on. Why would you kill the CEO of ExxonMobil? That would do something, kill your wife. So this is
right. It's better to leave your children with no mother than to go after.
Absolutely, right? Why
Yes.
why troll the all of the people that donate money to these anti-climate change initiatives? Why troll them when you can troll a social media reality TV influencer? I mean, come on. Why would you do something that affects the world when you could just irritate people trying to live their lives? That is what the rich are telling.
It's the rich again.
It's the rich again. By the way, it's crazy because it does feel like we all high key hate the rich, and yet somehow they're deflecting things. They're like, it's not that we're rich, it's that we're white. Make it about race, please. Oh God, these bullets are so hard to dodge, And they're so good. They're so talented. It's just all the nonsense. It's all the nonsense. Vote for me for mayor.
Yes, more bathrooms. I forgot what the other platform is.
A pro-fair evasion, more bathrooms.
Women. You said women had to carry weapons.
Women have to carry guns. Okay, look, man. As a government official, I do feel like it's my place to tell women what to do. And I'm not going to tell them not to abort their fetuses. I'm going to tell them, hey, honey, maybe you'll smile a little bit more when you've got a gun. Because let me tell you, I've been walking around my whole life knowing that statistically, it's a guaranteed dub in a fight against me and let's say 48% of the population. Guaranteed dub, right? Because men are just genetically so much stronger. It's not fair. And that is why men are so happy all the time. So if we give all women guns, then they can feel what we've been feeling. No guns for men. That's the point. I should have specified that as well. No guns for men, guns only for women. How about you guys feel what the power feels like? I guarantee you'll become all the CEOs. We will become, absolutely, it'll be a nightmare. Okay. You guys will get really good at basketball all of a sudden. It's going to be crazy. So,
why is that related? We just need a piece of long, cold steel in our pants, and suddenly we'll feel powerful and strong.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's like a gun. It's like a gun, right? Isn't it even, when you really think about it, when children draw penises, doesn't it look a little bit like a child's gun drawing? All it's missing is the trigger, okay?
Absolutely.
Look, man, that's my platform. I mean, we skipped over the two other, let's be honest, a little bit more logical items like eliminating streets and making public transport completely free in New York City. But most importantly, men can't have guns. Women are required to have guns.
Okay. What if they are a conscientious objector to having a gun?
Wait, what?
What if they have religious and or personal reasons to not want to carry a gun? Are they allowed to not? You don't have some other option?
No.
Okay,
no.
Just checking.
It's a government policy. It must be unilateral. Okay. No exceptions.
Is that the way government policies work? I thought the rich had different rules.
No loopholes. Okay. Close the loopholes.
Not even in the loopholes.
Give women guns. That's the platform. Come on. I mean, give me a break, guys. This is, look, man, all I'm saying is men have committed a lot of heinous crimes, and a lot of men commit them because they are quite confident they can. Okay. Abusive people take advantage of people that they know they can abuse. If all women have guns, the rape rate, at least the male to female rape rate, is going to plummet. The other direction is going to skyrocket. And that's a risk I'm willing to take. Okay. We're going to deal with it. It's going to take some time. We'll find a middle ground. But now,
the other direction. Oh, so you're saying that women are going to start raping men now?
I mean, they already were, but it'll increase.
But you're saying more.
A lower proportion. It's certainly a lower proportion. We all know, but that rate will increase. This is not going to help that at all. Certainly going to decrease the male to female rate. So now, how do we deal with transgender people and guns? We're all asking the question. Okay.
I wasn't, but I think I should have been.
I know. Slingshots?
Slingshots.
Can you tell I've been working on this bit? All right.
Okay.
All right. Mindfulness.
Mindfulness. The topic of the day, mindfulness. I know you wouldn't know from what we just talked about, but it does, it connects in its own special way. Because sometimes we can get real buried in the sea of shit, man. We really can. And we just don't see the good things happening around us. And I think mindfulness is really important. If you are depressed, if you are just stuck, I think mindfulness is a good way to get out, and just sort of just what's the word? Calibrate yourself, recenter yourself so that you can be the person that you want to be a little bit better. It's more about connecting with the moments. Do I have it right? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, mindfulness is an attempt to be introspective, but also an attempt to understand the moment for what it really is in terms of an effect on yourself, right? We are constantly, as human beings, we're wrapped up in stories. We're wrapped up in stories of what the future is going to be, what the future might be, what the past was, how the past has led to a potential future. We're wrapped up in all of these hypotheticals, and we end up getting pulled out of the actual present. And the actual present is oftentimes very crazy and good to appreciate, right? Sometimes you're so wrapped up in your political campaign aspirations that you're not going to appreciate the fact that you have a podcast with your mom with 30 people watching it, sometimes 40. It varies, but 30 people.
Sometimes 5.
Watch your mom. What a beautiful little moment that is. You've got paintings behind you. Your mom finally has a home. You don't have to be worried about the trailer park that she lived in. There's a lot to appreciate in this moment. You have Coke and you drink the Coke and you go, no. I still don't know what it tastes like. I've had about 1,000 of these. I have no clue what this tastes like. I think it might taste like tree bark and sugar. Who knows? So
now I want to go taste a tree.
So this is kind of the highest, the most superficial level, but also an incredibly helpful level of mindfulness, which is just to ground yourself, something that people say a lot, to look around yourself and think about what does right now feel like, and then not pass judgment on that. What does my hand feel like? What does breathing in and out feel like? That's most often what people start with. When I first started with mindfulness, people would never believe that I work on mindfulness a lot because I'm a head case. But I'd be more of a head case if I wasn't doing this. And the way that I started was that I had recently had a full-on breakdown wherein my colleague called my mom. And,
yes.
And my mom, by the way, rocked it. It will be forever something that I tell people about as an example of why I love my mom, is that I was the school was fucking with me. They called my mom and they informed her of the situation. I had already told my mom about the situation. My mom goes, yeah, I know. Why are you calling me? And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm a whole adult. Why are you calling my mom, dude? She doesn't live here. She can't pick me up. What are you talking about? So then they sent me to the psych group at my at the old college, and this therapist was trying to get me out of this situation and handed me a rock. I still have the rock, and was just like, look at this rock, right? What is interesting about it, right? This rock has come from many years and has many years. It has a certain feeling. It has a certain look. It's touched many places. It's rolled around on a riverbed, probably. Interesting. Let's think about the rock. It was great in just getting my consciousness to focus on this one superficial thing. And mindfulness can also be a tool it can be a tool for pulling yourself back from big moments, but it can also be a tool in helping you with problems that you've identified in yourself, right? And this is kind of what we want to get to is mindfulness is a tool for correction and for understanding what are the mechanisms in place in your mind that are feeding thoughts to your consciousness. And this is the interesting direction that you get oftentimes with meditation, is that you become conscious of the fact that thoughts and ideas just appear in consciousness, and that you don't, even though you feel like you have free will, you don't really have free will in terms of what thoughts just come. They just pop up, right? These ideas, and there's some third party behind your consciousness throws things into your brain, and then you have some sort of machinery that reacts to the thoughts, and that informs your actions and potentially the cyclical nature of your own thoughts. And what happens here when you start thinking about mindfulness and you start centering and you start thinking about your own brain is you're able to sort of tease apart slowly, and I do emphasize slowly, what those mechanisms are. And so if you have certain issues in your life that you're looking to, that you've identified and you're looking to repair, this can be kind of a tool for understanding how you yourself think and deal with stimuli. That was a rant. How do we feel about that?
I mean, I feel good about the rant. I think I understand what you're saying. Yeah, sometimes it does feel like you are not really in control of your actions. Just sort of your emotional responses are driving the boat. And so when you lean into some mindfulness, and it doesn't have to be, I think people get kind of, when you think about meditation and things like that it needs to take like 10 years or whatever, or 10 years, 10 minutes or some lengthy amount of time. It can just take 30 seconds sometimes. It can be a real small connecting with the moment. Like, if you're watching us on a screen right now and you look up from the screen and you look around and you just say, how many yellow things are in the room right now? Like, look around. Do you see any yellow objects? I do. There's one there. There's one there. Tons. Okay. Do you see any green objects? You just sort of do small things that connect you with your right now. And, like your therapist was giving you a rock to connect you with something different. And it's the same thing. It can be very simple. It can be, so like today, listen, having my head in my phone for the last few days, worrying about, this cuckoo lady who's a weapon of mass destruction, worrying about her more than I wanted to. Having a moment today where I was watching a mindfulness video. It was on TikTok. He goes by Coach Michael. And I subscribed right away because this guy got me right away. He was like, look around. Is there a door near you? Okay, look at that door. Okay, now hold on to that door. Now close your eyes. Now imagine a person that you care about walking through that door. And they've come up to you. They're walking towards you. They grab your hand and they tell you, you're good. You're good. And it hit me all weird. And then he's like, put your hand on your heart and tell yourself the same thing. And I think we don't do that enough, just a little positive affirmation, just imagining something positive that gets you out of the headspace that you're in when you're feeling, just the weight of whatever on you, connect with right now. It can be lovely. That's why I'm outside right now, even though a little chilly, because I just needed to be off my phone, outside a little bit, connecting with this. I used to, every time when I would go outside, we lived in Utah, in the morning, I'd go outside, I'd take a big deep breath, I'd raise my arm. I feel like the neighbors, if they saw me, would think I was crazy. I'd throw my arms out in the air and I'd give the world a big hug. And I'd breathe it in real deep, because, and we had trees there too. It was the same thing. That's why I needed a house with trees again. There's something about the trees for me that, just makes me want to give them a nice hug and breathe them in and feel good and connect. And that's the point. Connect with the moment, connect with the right now. So you're not stuck.
Yeah. And that this can be something that when you become, when you've done it a number of times, it becomes an accessible resource for your brain when you're feeling a certain sort of way, right? So it's no secret to our audience that my sort of way is anger. And so when I'm feeling mad because for the 1,000th time in my short life, somebody is saying that I look older than my mother, in the comment section of my
In person,
video.
you wouldn't think so.
Oh, no. People say it in person too. Don't let her lie to you, okay? Everyone
Really?
says it, and it's because they think that men don't have feelings. And it's great. And it doesn't make me mad because I'm able to be like, oh, look, paper towels. Paper towels I could put into someone's mouth and suffocate them to death. You know?
I'm not using a filter, but my lighting's pretty good. No, I mean, I definitely have wrinkles.
Don't be sorry. Just let me rib you, okay? Hey.
Listen,
All right.
Colin, he had a full chest of hair at like, I don't know, 15.
But it seemed like a full chest, and then it kept becoming more full. And we realized now that it was actually like a 20% full. And what's actually a full chest is a full-on gorilla. Okay. You guys don't know this because you don't live in my bathroom, but every morning I have to shave here. Do you hear me? Who has facial hair here? Only your boy. Okay. I came up, I'm an innovator. I innovated new facial hair. Okay. It's hard to do a skincare routine when your whole face grows hair. All right. It's a whole different thing. Also, I know I look older than her. It drives me crazy. All right. One day, my actual age will catch up to how old I look. Or maybe when I'm 70, I'll look 203. Who fucking knows? But it doesn't feel good to hear. All right. It drives me crazy. I do appreciate somebody knowing that I was going to get my feelings hurt and saying I have Shia LaBeouf good looks. That part felt better. All right. How about we get more of that in here?
I do love me some Shia LaBeouf. I'm not going to lie, even though he's cuckoo.
Wait, what do you say?
I said, I do love me some Shia LaBeouf, even though he is cuckoo.
Hey, man, dude, do you know what the experience of being a straight man is? I fucking have no idea who's attractive. And this is not me.
Very straightly.
Straight. All right. No. I find many men attractive. But the thing is that these middle people, I no idea. You guys know that every man on earth, hey, is there a man in your residence? Go ask him right now, straight man. Straight man in your residence. Go ask him if he thinks that women think Daniel Radcliffe is attractive. Because guess what? Every man on earth thinks that Daniel Radcliffe is attractive to women. And I haven't met a woman alive that thinks so. I found this out in college. And I was like, what? He's Harry Potter, okay? He's great at Defense Against the Dark Arts. He's funny. How is he not hot? He's got a jaw. He's not fat. What are you talking about? Apparently
I do.
Then Shia LaBeouf. You guys are telling me Shia LaBeouf is attractive? I'm not saying. And
there's
I know
something. He's not like classically good looking, but
No.
there's something there.
He looks like he codes. Oh my God. Hey, not attractive at all. Nah, I don't. John Yates says I'll look wise like Dumbledore. Hey, John. Freaking Brooklyn says furry guys and a fire
and
emoji.
Fire.
Yep, fire emoji. And you know who does think he's cute? Perfectly imperfect. The first, I don't know if this is a woman, but if it is a straight woman, the first straight woman I've ever found that thinks Daniel Radcliffe is attractive. Susie B, I can only think this is Harry Potter.
Okay, you guys need to look up I'll Be Coming Around the Mountain. Daniel Radcliffe doing I'll Be Coming Around the Mountain from the show. I don't remember what the show's called. It's okay. I'm sure it'll come up either way. But he's in like these tiny little leather underpants. And he's fully committing to She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain When She Comes, as if that is a very sexy, sexy song. Yep. It is the best thing I've ever seen.
I mean, here's the other thing. Like, he's awesome. How do you...
He is awesome.
Okay, there are so many child stars, okay? The rate of being awesome after being a child star, not high. And yet Daniel Radcliffe is taking on art projects. He's incredibly famous. He just did Weird, okay? He has that weird television show where he was like managing heaven like stats or
That's-
something.
Oh. Wait.
No, I think
Yeah, that's the one where he does I'll Be Coming Around the Mountain. I just cannot remember the name of the show.
He's in all types of weird nonsense. He's awesome.
And he's good in all of them.
Not hot. What? Life is unfair. Okay, it's crazy. Also, John Yates says Harry Potter's not attractive. I take Neville over him. We would all take Neville over him.
Yeah.
We all saw the glow up. Okay,
it was a real glow up for sure.
It was just like Josh Peck from Drake and Josh. That Josh Josh Peck and Neville should do a thing together. They should do, as the two like people that were unattractive as a joke as a child. You know what? That it probably gave them body dysmorphia. That's what happened. They were fat as a joke as children. Oh, those poor boys. I've just made myself sad.
UPS is here.
UPS, they know where your house is?
Yeah, now they do. Your dad literally added our address to Google Maps because they wouldn't deliver our bed because they said our address didn't exist. So he manually put it in.
That's what's up, dude.
UPS.
Man.
I don't know what to do. Should I just hit mute and let you carry on, or do you just want to watch the UPS guy come?
I mean, no, we're good. He just got me.
He's bringing my shades. We've had no curtains or shades on the windows, and it's been very exposing a little bit.
Yeah, I was there when in the beginning. It's very interesting how much we can see everything.
You can see everything because they're not even short windows.
Yeah, Moby loves looking out the window, so we'll have to figure out some sort of way for him to. Wow, loud.
He's opening up the back gate. Hi.
It's the UPS guy.
Yes.
He's delivering shades to my.
Sorry, I'm on a live. You can come say hi if you want. I don't know. Do you want to be on YouTube? I don't know.
It's good.
Yeah, that's good right there.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
You too. I do like that they just drive all the way up the driveway here, which I think is really cool because it would suck to have to walk all the way up this driveway with this box. He's like, no.
They thought the same thing I did. As soon as I heard his voice, I was like, that guy has to be hot. That's 100%. There's no way.
Average.
Seemed quite brutal. Well, I don't know. He seemed quite pleasant. Maybe he's got a little Daniel accent syndrome. He's a great guy, but he's not getting it done for anyone.
So yes, my shades have arrived. That's what
Nice.
I'll be doing.
Very nice.
Hopefully they look good. I don't know.
Anyway, mindfulness. It's like it's like the 12-step program, but for problems in your brain, right?
Problems in
You
your
can
brain.
say you're an alcoholic, right? It doesn't stop you being an alcoholic, but it's a great step if you are an alcoholic to be able to identify it. But then you have to do something. What's confusing about knowing there's something wrong in your brain outside of a normal mental illness, but there's something wrong about the way that you approach problems or the way that you get emotional or something like that, is that it's a little bit confusing. How do I change me without not being myself, right?
Yes.
And the reality is that the you that you are can stay the same, and the thought process can be changed through observation of your own thought process, like mindfulness. So if you or someone in your life are struggling with falling into the same rut in terms of your thinking over and over and over again, maybe give mindfulness a little bit of a try. Maybe attempt to approach it. There are some great platforms that are good for this.
Oh, yes.
Oftentimes they'll take meditation. Meditation is it's like mindfulness, but more intense. And the Waking Up app is one that I advocate if you are a cynic, if you're somebody that doesn't think that this sort of thing would work on you, or you think the meditation is bullshit, or even when you try and do good things for yourself, you hear that voice in the back of your head being like, this is dumb. Because the Waking Up app does a great job of the second, somehow when they record it, they know when that voice is about to pop up and be like, are we still focusing on breathing? That voice will pop up, and then the Waking Up app will be like, you're probably thinking right now, am I still thinking about breathing? I was thinking that. So that's a good one if you're a cynic. Headspace is a good one if you like really soft blankets, right? If a really soft blanket just takes you from like an 8 in anger to a 5, you'll love Headspace, because Headspace is all vibes, baby. Headspace is cute, like little bean-shaped animated characters being like, it's all good. Let's think about breathing right now. So those are the two I advocate for. They're both great. They're very successful. If you just want to give it a little, if you want to dip your toe in, Headspace has a Netflix show where you go through meditation, so you don't have to pay for the app. The Waking Up app is by a philanthropist. There is a subscription model for the Waking Up app, but if you don't want to pay, their whole philosophy is they don't want anyone to not access their platform because of money. So all you have to do is email them. There's no substantiating your claim, no questions asked, and say, I want to use your platform, but I don't want to pay for it. And they will give you a free year of the subscription. And that's not like after the year you have to pay. It can forever be free. You just have to email them, no questions asked. So there's no excuse. If you want to work on yourself, these are some cool platforms for doing some introspection.
Yeah. It would be good. Yeah. I mean, just seriously, I did just a few minutes today and I felt so much better and so much more like, like sometimes you feel stuck, like you have this list in your head of things you were going to do tomorrow, right? And then tomorrow comes and you don't do them. And then today I'm falling into the same rut again today. And I just did a few minutes of mindfulness, just a few minutes. And suddenly I got up and I'm like, okay, time to put the knobs on the cabinets in the bathroom, and I'm drilling holes. And I was like, yay, I'm doing stuff. So, if you're stuck in a rut, honestly, just a few minutes, it can be great.
Absolutely. And, don't let the invasive thoughts about soaking and bagpiping take away your ability to do that. It is interesting. Maybe this is the norm for how streams go. So my life in streaming is not, I do not watch a lot of streams, but is it always the case that an entire other world is happening in your comment section?
Very often.
Now that they're talking about which Harry Potter character they'd like to soak in most. They're talking about bagpiping. They're talking about the UPS guy. I mean, what's going on?
Yeah, we'll put the name of the apps up on IG. We'll do that.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else? I think we've come to the end.
Darker where you are.
Right? Nighttime is coming quickly.
Yeah,
and it's a little cold. I didn't even bring a light out here. So it's just the screen. Oh.
Having fun.
Hold on.
Oh, man. Sorry, Colin. Your mom taught us about soaking and bagpiping, and we are scarred for life.
Sorry.
That's my mom. That's her. It's always fun.
Apparently, I'm supposed to start some sort of sex education podcast situation,
Mom,
which feels weird.
Absolutely great for that. But let's not do it with your son,
100% would not do it with my son.
Yeah.
Inappropriate.
No, but no, you do have. I was watching. We should cut out. If you're listening to the podcast, this is the part where it stops being formulaic. This is the part where we're probably going to spend another 20 minutes just absolutely shooting the shit. So, podcast. Oh, thank you. All right. I saw a clip on Conan, old 1980s Conan with Tom Selleck, Conan, and then this old woman who had a sex toy review television show that came on. I think this is in the late 80s, early 90s. Whenever Conan started, that's when it was.
But it wasn't Dr. Ruth.
I think it might have been
Dr. Ruth Westheimer. She had a really cute, hello, this is Dr. Ruth. I don't know. She was really cute.
Well, here, let me look up Dr. Ruth Conan. Oh, that does. Yep, that's her. Sue Johansson.
No, I don't know who Sue Johansson is.
All right. Well, here I'm gonna pull it up. But this it just reminds me. Obviously, as everyone's told you that you look younger than me, I'm not saying you look like this person, but I'm saying that.
Well, I don't look like Dr.
Type of
Ruth.
Positive presence. Your type of positive presence, would be good for people because people get all knotted up with the old sex education. So
They do.
So having somebody that makes them feel safe and comfortable, like my mother, I think that does make sense. This is
all right, everybody. We're back. You're so big, we can't get you out of my shot. That was amazing. My next guest is the sex educator who hosts Talk Sex with Sue Johansson, which airs Sunday night on the Oxygen Network. Please welcome, you're in a lot of trouble, buddy, Sue Johansson.
Oh, shoot, I gotta meet your dad's back.
Okay, Sue, so much to talk about. Excuse
So
me.
you think I look like Sue Johansson?
Crazy.
I said no. I said you don't.
Well, I sit beside him and I kind of feel like,
That's how I feel too.
Yes.
Well, if, in case anyone hasn't seen your show is a Consumer Reports for sex toys. That's one of the. That's a fair description of one of the services that you provide.
Would be pretty fair. We have what we call the hot stuff bag.
The hot stuff bag. This is a bag of. You have some stuff with you here that we're going to see.
Happened to brought.
This is not mine. This was brought. Let's take a look at what's in here.
Well, you just never know. Da 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 boom.
Okay, that looks just like a
little rubber ducky.
Rubber ducky.
Yeah, but little rubber ducky does more than that.
Oh my God.
We've lost him already.
Okay, it's a vibrator that's in the shape of a rubber ducky.
A little rubber ducky.
Yeah, and
now you rub that up and down your penis.
Yeah, don't throw that at anybody.
Well, of course, we're full of toys. Now this one is very discreet, very quiet.
Okay,
nice. This is a vibrator.
That's a vibrator?
Yes.
Okay.
Guys, you know how you test vibrators? Oh, you can't take some people anywhere.
That's a
vibrator.
Yeah. Seems small to me.
I don't know. Guys get the idea that to be a good lover, you have to have this humongous penis.
Well, statistically, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
No, honey, but bigger is not better.
Why?
Because the top two-thirds of the vagina has no nerve ending.
Okay, no one needs to know that.
Yes, they do.
No one needs to know that.
Yes, they do.
Can we move on? Can we have another? Can we have another? What else is in here? Can we see another toy? I think we need to see. We're running low on time. I need to see what other toys in there.
More,
this is like a pen or something.
Oh yeah. No.
Can I just keep this in here?
No.
Okay.
It's mine.
All right.
Now here's a nice little keychain.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just turn it on.
Right.
You know how to test vibrators?
Yes.
The slightest clue.
You just hold it under your nose. And if the vibrations are too strong, then you don't want to try that one. Oh. Now Tom's mustache is going to get all tangled up in it.
Is it?
No, 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 no. Oh, go. It's not where it's supposed to
I'm
go,
sorry. Why do we hear that all the time?
darling. Oh.
You know,
I mean, that was good stuff. That was good stuff. I like how they really were playing a lot, and also watching Tom Selleck be ridiculous. It was good stuff. That was good stuff.
It is 'cause you only see Tom Selleck in very specific roles. I actually basically only know Tom Selleck from Blue Bloods. So
He used to be Magnum PI back in the day. Oh, he was
What's
also on Friends, and he had no mustache on Friends, so it was kind of weird.
he was on Friends.
Yes, he was Monica's boyfriend for a while, who was much older. It was an inappropriate relationship, in my opinion.
Huh. I don't know what Magnum PI is, but
Oh, I mean, he was a cop, but he always wore like a Hawaiian shirt, and it for some reason sometimes wasn't buttoned up, and he wore tiny shorts a lot.
oh wow,
He was in Hawaii.
that's interesting.
Yep.
I just love Conan. He's so good at being who he needs to be in a moment. God, he's awesome.
I agree. I love him. All right, you got
All
anything
right.
else we
Nope,
good for
I got
today?
nothing.
It's getting real dark out here, so
Yep, dude. There's a jump scare behind you.
it could be. I wouldn't know. Could be a lizard, a turtle, a frog. There was a frog in the house the other day.
Oh, cool.
It wasn't cool because it got all dried up,
Oh,
so I was sad. He didn't
did
make
it
it.
die? Oh,
Yeah, he wasn't quite dead then. I put him outside and tried to moisten him, but it was too late.
all right. Well, that sucks.
I'm sorry. This is my sad frog story.
I'm very excited for Moby to meet all of the animals.
Yes.
And, I mean, possibly eat them, but who knows?
Yeah, you were here a little over a week ago, and you were like, we stopped in the road for a turtle because there was a turtle crossing the street.
Oh, that was such a cool turtle too. He was speedy.
So it was cool.
He's a cool guy. I'm just excited for Moby to be down there, and it'll be good. And then you'll meet Moby, and then you'll fall in love with Moby, and then you'll get a dog.
It probably will happen. Something like that. Yes.
Yes. That's what we did last Christmas with Ellie's family. So we're just going to keep going different places with the dog on Christmas to get people to buy dogs.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for keeping us company.
Yep.
And I don't know what we're going to talk about next week. It might be a little heavier than this. Who knows?
I was like, we were like 2 hours away from needing to do an emergency episode on the rockets hitting Poland, but
There's been a lot of weird stuff.
Defense missiles.
Oh.
And Jeffrey Epstein killed himself.
Oh, yes, that's what happened. For sure.
For sure. And the cameras were off.
All right. Do we want to sing it out or do we want to play some more of this lovely song?
Let's play more of the lovely song. You know, it's that from my first album, Ginger Ale. Let's play it out, Ma. It's Legendary by Brink.
Oh, it's thinking. Why is it not playing? Why are you being a dick?
So go to shit and now you better listen. Don't repeat. When I'm dissing that bro, not representing all the fools that invading and got too many to specify which rhyme I'm being ready out. And a which dick nail in a home which take all this spitting on my vocal pads. I can't help if they don't away. Cause motherfucker, I'm legendary. I don't wanna stay sedentary. Motherfucker, I'm legendary. I don't wanna stay. I don't wanna stay.